Alright guys, well today's now tomorrow. Stuff came up. Anyhow, back to work on this. Gotta weld our nuts on. So, let's get to it. Gonna be using the 210 MP today. Let's get you. I'm using the Lincoln 210 MP today. No particular reason other than I just put a new spool of 035 in it for another project, so might as well make sure she's working right. Alright guys, so that's how I normally put this together. However, I don't want the tube end showing, so I'm going to go ahead and notch this out, just leaving the top. So it sits down over the top, makes a cap for the top, and the rest of this all get welded out. But first thing there is, gotta draw these lines to notch this out. 2-inch tube, pretty easy. Leg out of the way. I got 2 of these stretchers to do. Take that burr off real quick. Just going to measure in 2 inches. And on our 4th side, that's the piece we want to keep. So I'm just going to not a whole lot there. I'm just going to follow it with the bandsaw up to our mark. All right, let's move over there and get these cut. Alright guys, first leg assembly done. Gonna go ahead and weld up the other one and we'll bring you back. Alright guys, I just got to make up some little tabs to weld in here to mount the desk to. Haven't made those yet. Gonna do that now. Might show it on video, might not. We'll see. Alright, base is done. Tabs are welded on. All we gotta do is finish the top and give this a coat of finish. For finish, I'm leaving the welds just as they are. The only ones I dressed were the ones on the top where the desk is gonna sit. And then just took off any big chunks anywhere. Gonna go over it, check for, knock off a bunch of any BBs that I find. And then wipe it down with acetone and just give it a clear matte finish. So, be back when it's time to continue on with this. All right, on to the next step. First thing to do is cut this to length. Got a straight edge here. It's got a factory edge on one side. That'll work just fine. Just have to square it up, which is kind of the tricky part. Let me grab a square. I want to get fairly close over to the edge here. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the distance from the blade to the edge of the shoe. It's 5.5 inches. Yeah, looks like our shortest one is right in here somewhere. I'm actually going to remove that knot. So there's 5.5 inches right there. Grab a clamp. Tighten that up a little bit. Pretty square right there. I want to find my shortest board here. I think it's this one. And we're going to take this to 56 inches. Those are 56. And then we want to take off 5.5. For our shoe to put our guide on. So 50.5 inches there. Fifty and a half inches there. So now all we have to do is finish the top. Now you may notice that it's really rustic. That goes back to what we were talking about before and how they wanted this to match the theme. But goodness knows who wants to work on a table that's this rough. So first we're going to remove some of the sawdust here. Hey, look, sliver. Yeah, we don't want that. So our solution is glaze coat. It's a high gloss, high build finish. So we're going to go ahead and get this coated with glaze coat before we move on to another project. Okay, time to finish off the prep and tape the edges. Now, according to the directions, I actually read them. I know, kind of a strange phenomenon. Because this is so porous and rough, we're going to do a seal coat first. Then we got to wait 4 to 5 hours for that to cure. Then we can recoat it with a full flood coat. And I think we're going to need 2 flood coats. So it's going to be a couple day project here. This is my first time using this brand, so we'll see how it works. Okay, time for mixing. So we need about 16 ounces for the seal coat. So 8 ounces of A and 8 ounces of B. Where did I put? There it is. I'm just going to mark my cups on the 8 ounce line. Make it a little easier to see. Alright, gonna grab a pair of gloves and we'll get to mixing. Okay, so we pour B into A according to the directions. Okay, Google, set timer, 6 minutes.
Okay, 6 minutes. And that's starting now.
A few minutes later.
Okay, pour into. Okay, Google, set timer, 6 minutes.
starting now.
So now I'm just waiting for that exothermic reaction to kick in. Still cool to the touch. Okay, Google, show timer. What on earth did we do before cell phones? If you wanted to, with this stuff, you can embed objects, coins or a picture or something like that in the surface. Put that down first, and then when you do your flood coat, and let this flow over it. If we have any material left when we're done, we might do a small project for somebody. Give that a break for just a minute. This is the container I put just B in, so I'm going to mark it as B for the next. I keep reusing that one. This one, of course, has been used now, so these measure mix cups are pretty cheap. So, okay, Google, end timer. Okay, I got a couple of different spreading implements here. First thing I'm going to do is fill this hole over here. Now remember, this is a seal coat, so the idea is to cover everything, so when we go to do the flood coat, well, guys, I decided there wasn't enough there per the directions. I went and cleaned up my bucket with acetone and went and mixed up another batch. As long as it's still wet, it said you can add to it, so we're going to go ahead and put another coat on here. To help get rid of the bubbles, you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer or a propane torch. Okay, from here on out, I'm just going to watch it for the next 20 minutes, half an hour, and just keep hitting it with the torch every once in a while, helping the bubbles come up to the surface to get rid of. And once it starts setting, we can go ahead and take the tape off. And so you can use a sharp utility knife, razor knife, to trim the edges, any drips, and get a nice even surface. So that's what we're going to do. If I come across something interesting, I will bring you back.